be live, right? Are we live? Are we live? Yes. Okay. Welcome back to another game development live stream. In this live stream, I want to try something that I read in this documentation that I have in front of me. It's an article written by KJZ. I just gotta find the portion of it because it's basically according to this, you can create a data table to initialize some of your attributes based on your level. So I want to see if I can get that working. So I gotta figure out where that was. Binding. Give me character and ability. Essentials. Okay, blah blah blah. I think it might be under more advanced nitty-gritty. Let's see. Targeting, target actors. No. So the essentials. Pretty sure it was in this documentation. Gameplay tasks. Attribute set. Yeah, here we go. Data-driven initialization of attributes. One way to initialize your attributes is to use a data table. You can create a .csv file in the following format. And when importing, select attribute as the row type. The name column is a little tricky here. You have to use your class name without the U in front. So my attribute set. Okay. So can stack. So base value, min value, max value. I wonder if we can get this to work then. So can we do that in Google Docs? So drive, new sheets. Is there like a file, download, CSV? Yes. Okay, so we can do that. All right, so I'm gonna move this over to the other screen. And I have to find some information here from my project. So we have our default initialization. So we have these. So hero player attributes, player movement speed, for example, is one of them. So let's see if we can create it. So we have our spreadsheet. We'll say, let's create a new folder. Did that create anything? Even if I didn't save it? Okay. So a new folder. Hero game development. New folder again, attributes. And then here we can create a new Google Sheet. We'll do hero hero attribute initialization. So how we do it? One way to initialize attributes is to use a data table. You can create a CSV file in the following format, and when importing, select metadata as the row type. The name column is a little tricky here. You have to use your class name. Okay, so it's a class. So okay. So without the U. So that's pretty much what we see here, right? Hero player attributes dot player movement speed. So it's 300, right? So we'll start here. So hero player attribute dot player movement speed, I believe. So what I have. Hero player attributes dot player movement speed. Okay. I think we have to go into our code as well. So let's open Visual Studio. Just so we can get the base value, the min value, max value. Derived attribute info can be stacked. Stuff like that. So we have attributes, player attribute, our cpp.h, but I think we have to worry about our .cpp. So player movement speed, so between 0 and 10,000. And our default is 300. So the first thing is base value. So that's 300. Min value, 0. Max value, that was 10,000. Derived attribute info. I don't know what that means. But so based on this documentation, it's we can leave it empty, I guess. And then we can say B can stack. False. I guess we can name these. So name base value, min value, max value, derived attribute info. B can stack. Okay. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be formatted, but that's kind of what I see here. You might have to play around with it. So we'll do this one first. So let me create a new folder in our project. Data tables. Player attributes initialization. And then we could just file. That's not what I wanted. File, download, comma separated value. And then we could just do that. Hero data tables right there. We don't have to call it sheet 1 or anything. So we'll save that. Just the hero player movement speed attribute. One thing I'm kind of questioning is if we do it this way, where we do it through a CSV, do I need to have well, I guess I need it for code, right? To pull this information. So I'm assuming whenever we add a property here, we should add to our initialization one. So I think for now it's okay just to have player movement speed just to check how this will work. So we can go back into our editor. So one way to initialize it, so we basically have to import it now. Hero, we can do folder, data tables, hero, player, attribute, I gotta not put spaces, player, attributes, initialization. And it says it has to be attribute metadata when we import it. So attribute metadata. Ignore extra fields. Let's let's see what happens when we do both of those. Okay, so that looks like that did it right. That looks right. um, so save. So now we gotta add it to the code. So let's close out of the editor. So it says next add a property to your character to hold a pointer to this table. Make sure to assign your table to this pointer, whether through blueprints or C++. So somewhere after you create your ability system, play like you can read in the table. It's a one simple one-liner. Okay. So where do I handle? Is it in the player state? So here, okay. So we also have it like the attribute set base. So hero player attributes. So we do it here as well. So maybe it's in here. That'll probably be best. So they make it a U property. We'll make it a protected U property. So class, U data table. Oops. Attribute data table. I guess it's fine. They do add some metadata in here. So edit defaults only. Blueprint read only. Category equals abilities. So that's how they have it in this documentation. This has an error. I don't know why. It'll probably go away. And then in CPP, so somewhere after we create our ability system component, right? So I guess begin play, right? Might be it. So I'm wondering if I don't need to give this the attribute set if I'm doing it this way. Well, let's leave the attribute set base right alone. And let's just do what they're saying here. So, and then if, do I have ability system component? Yeah, if ability system component, and what did I name this? Attribute data table. Then we have const u attribute set attributes equals how does this work? Ability system component init stats. So now my attributes. So hero player attributes. Static class attribute data table. Okay. Huh. And this is compiled. We have this. So in theory, we should be able to build this without error. I hope it doesn't have to rebuild the whole engine. Been having a lot of trouble with that lately. But I haven't messed around with this all week, so it should just build like normal. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, this doesn't have to build everything. I don't even know if begin play is the best place to do it either. Oh, okay. Once this does compile, I have to assign it. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna be the best place in Blueprint to do that or not. We'll see once this compiles, I guess. But I guess in the meantime, let's see. UE4 C++ how to assign asset from content browser. Referencing assets. Okay. Well, that's probably what I want. How are we doing on there? Not much. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that might be useful to us. So we'll keep that up. Don't need that. Ah, come on. And I guess a good way to test as well. Well, all right, let's take it one thing at a time. But what we can first try is in Blueprint, because we do have this as edit defaults only. So it's going to be in our player state. So what's it doing with the shader compile worker? I don't know. I don't know even why I built. I'm pretty sure I could have just hot recompiled. Ugh. Sometimes I get so frustrated with myself. In here we have our assets checked out. Let me just move this to checkout. So I think that's all we did. Yeah. No. Why is it having to compile this stuff? Oh my god. Okay. Well, all right. I'm gonna not stream this part because it's gonna have to compile like 5,000 objects. So, sorry about that. Um, so I'll come back once it's done compiling and we can continue what we're doing. So I'll see you soon. Do we have a player character? We have a player controller. Do we have a game mode? But we don't have a player state. Oh yeah, we do. Hero player state. But it's not a blueprint, so we'll need to create a blueprint. Create blueprint, and then hero player state. BP underscore hero player state. So we got that. Let's just put that into our game mode. There we go. So now, we don't have the parameter that I thought we would have. Player state.h. Unless this needs to be public. Let's just do that. In the graph, do I have access to these functions, like get air control? Yeah, I do. Okay. All right, let's see if we can do a compile. Let's go to our output log. Okay, so no, we still get that same problem that we were getting. So, not sure why we don't have that asset. Parent class hero player state. No. Edit defaults only, blueprint read only. Maybe that's the reason why. Blueprint read write. Just compile again. And just hope we don't have to compile everything again. I assume we will, because that's just my luck. So we'll see. Okay, cool. Didn't have to compile 1,000 things again. So now in theory, I should have this data table. Open that project. Oh, probably because I have to set hero as my default project. Set up a start. Yeah, that's probably why. So let's just see. I have 2 instances of the editor open. We can close this one. It's a player state. So still nothing. That's curious. Edit defaults only. Is it because it's like a player state? UE4 cannot make editable variable in C++ player state. How to add variables in player state. Well, thanks. Okay. So it doesn't seem like anything special. What are the different new property things? Let me go to my player. What do I have? Visible anywhere? Let's just copy it like this, because I know that is working. And that's under what, protected? Okay. Move that back to protected. Let's see if this works. I hope because I didn't switch it, because I switched it to the hero, it's gonna have to compile everything again. Okay, just these 7 things. Or maybe because I didn't have this as the default project, it wasn't compiling this code, and that's why it wasn't showing. Probably that's it. Okay. Hero player state. Here we go. Data table. Boom. Now let's just see if we can play. And we're playing, and we're able to move. And, you know, we're still able to do a lot of things. So I wonder if this works. So let's make my movements, because we can edit here, just for example. Let's make it 3,000. Let's just see if I'm moving faster. Yes. Wow. That was easy. Okay. So I guess if this, all right, so basically it reads this on begin play, right? So let's bring this back down to 300. Okay. I should, let me add the remainder of the attributes that I have, and then we'll try something. So I'm going to move this to my other screen. And we got to go back to our data table. Okay, I also have to move Visual Studio over, I think. Sorry, so you're only going to see the data table. So the next one, let me solution, attributes, okay. So we have player movement speed, then we have player movement speed multiplier. So we got that. It's called, let me just get rid of some other stuff right now. Yeah, probably can go into my gameplay effects, default initialization. So, hero player attributes dot player movement speed multiplier. Then let me just expand is all. Then we have player jump height multiplier. Well, we have player jump height. We'll do the multipliers always following the actual attribute. So player jump height, and then player jump height multiplier. And then I think air control is the last one, right? Yeah. Oops. Air control. Player air control. Okay. Next, we'll do the base value. So these are all going to be false. We don't want these. Oh, whoops. I mean, they probably can stack, so we'll make them true. And we can figure it out later what we want. True. Okay. So player movement speed multiplier 1. So all the multipliers are going to be 1. And then player jump height is 600. And air control is 1. Okay, now let's look at our clamping values in code. So, movement multiplier between 1 and 10. Player jump height between 0 and 2000. Air control, so player jump height multiplier. Well, I don't even have that clamped. So I should probably do that in code as well. So air control is between 0 and 1, so let's just do air control. But for player jump height multiplier, we don't have it written in code. So let's stop what we're doing there. And add it. So we gotta do get player jump height multiplier attribute. And we'll do 0 between 0 and 10. Zero and 10. Yeah, 0 and 10. So we got that. So that's saved. So file, download, place it. Now we can compile this code. Okay. Data tables. Re-import. And now we have our attributes there. Now just to check, so player jump height multiplier, we'll make that 2. And we'll just see. That doesn't seem like it's working. Do I have it correct? Player state. Yeah. Base value. Did I not do the multiplier? Let me make the jump height. Oh, 2000. Because that's the limit. Do I jump higher now? No. But the player speed works? Let's make it as fast as we can. Yeah, so the player speed works. Because I think, okay, maybe the jump height is doing something differently. Let me just re-import again. Just to get our values back. Yeah. So I think jump height and jump multiplier are doing something kind of unique. Maybe I can play the eject guy and do attributes. So here are my attributes. So jump height is 600 as it should be. But if I make this 1,000, does that value become 1,000? Okay, so it does become 1,000. Maybe I have to debug. Let's look what I'm doing. Solution Explorer. I believe it's in my character component, right? So set new jump default. So probably because the character movement component is okay. So let me set this here. And let me stop, play. Okay. Step into. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Ah. Now it's frozen. Okay. Step over. Okay. Well, that didn't do what I wanted. So step over, step over, step over. So jump height and jump height multiplier. Okay. Believe I know what's happening. So I think what I can maybe do is, let me just take that out. Player state, CPP. No. Where do I think it's in the character. On possessed. So initialize default attributes. Okay. Okay, so we definitely don't need to do that anymore, I don't think. So we could probably comment that out. Where is the unpossessed, right? Where is unpossessed? Oh. So we're giving the attributes. I think that's fine. So we just have to get rid of that. And I think in our player state, we can move this from begin play to here. So I think that might fix it. Let's see if it does. And if it does, then we can clean up some stuff. So, all right, jump height is set to 1,000, which I wanted it to be. Okay, so now he's not even jumping, so. Everything's 0. So, that's not good. Okay, so I broke something for sure. So this is player state. So maybe on possessed I can. Okay, let me make a function. In our player state, public, right? Protected, I guess. No. What is this calling? So get attribute set base. Okay. We'll make it public. Void initialize attributes. So I think that's all we need to do. And then once it lets me, can I? Thank you. Create definition, and then we can just plop that in. Then in the hero character, I can do PS, then initialize attributes. Maybe that'll work. Okay. That worked. Okay, so eject possess. Does it resume? So yeah, player jump height is 1,000, so this works. I think it was 600. All right. Let's try the multiplier. Let's do 3. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, the sprinting still works. Perfect. Okay, so we got that working. Data table details. So it's got the source file. Duplicate paste. Okay. What else? Okay, so instead of it being set as a variable within the blueprint, can we just do this in code? That's the next question. So we can go back to our player state. We have the function here, but we have we don't need that. Loading assets. So our directory is this. Okay. So typically it says what's the name of the variable? Attribute data table. Okay. Attribute data table equals constructor helpers if object finder u data table. I guess I gotta give it a value. Attribute, all space, player, and initialized attributes. Does that have to be a variable? The second type of hardware options you'll transfer on a phone. Mm, yeah, I'm not too sure how to do this. So, but text game, and then we can just take out. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe this is it, and then static. Okay. Maybe that's it. You compile it. See if we get any problems. We do. So declaration. Okay. Okay. Where? Let me just comment this part out. Let me just do it like that. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay. Let's try compiling again. If that still fails, then I'll have to see why. Still no, same reason. Sorry guys. Let's see. What hides class member? I feel like I've seen that before. Let's see. Maybe I just don't need to do this though, but is there a reference anywhere? I think I do it in game mode, right? Static construct helper F class finder. So where am I getting default pawn class? Static constructor helpers F class finder. Maybe. And then your data table. Maybe that's all I need to do, class finder instead? No. Okay, copy. Let's just see if anything comes up with this error. Okay. Is it because it's called attribute data table? Okay, can I just rename it attributes? Player attributes. I don't think that'll make a difference. Well, let's see. Yeah, still no. So, see declaration of A hero state attributes. So it tells me to see the declaration. Don't really see where that error comes from. So hero player state dot h line 54. Yeah, like what is wrong? So let me just see. F object finder. I think F object finder has to be it. Type name u data table. It's still gonna give me a problem, but I feel like this is the right form of it that I need to use. So it's the same as the class. I don't understand. Um. um. Maybe we don't need to make it a U property. It could just be a variable. No. um. Do I just have to do it in here? No. So yeah, class.utable, new data table attributes. Like that's it. And then player state. Do I need to do anything like this? Hold on. That's just going to give me another error. I'm positive on that. So const f object initializer object initializer. So it doesn't even give me that much. Okay. Do I just need to like literally not make it a U property? Can I do something like, well, alright, whoops. So does that do anything? It's gonna give me an error, I'm sure, saying attributes is not a thing. Yeah. Undeclared. If I do something like that. No. If I do something like that. No. U property class U data table player attribute set will do instead. And Why is that giving me a problem? I don't understand why. Can I just do that? So that still works. But now I won't have the thing in Blueprint, which is fine. I don't want it in Blueprint. I just wonder why. Why does that break it? Hmm. Let's see. Crashes. Let's see. What is this guy doing? So using the name of the asset. Whoops. I doubt that's gonna work. That worked. What? Failed to find. Okay. So do I need to do like that? Or do I have to rename the folder? Let's see. Failed to find. Oh, I know why. It's because there's hero in the middle of it. So game, hero, data tables, plain initialization. Let's try that again. So I just wonder if I can put the spaces back in here. I failed to find game, hero, data tables, player, attributes, initialization. And that's because it's hero, data tables, player, attributes. Do I not need game in there? At least we're getting closer. Um, Let's see, copy file path. Copy reference, what does that look like? Okay, so that's more like it. Let's see if that does anything. Whoops. It's probably gonna still fuck up, but... Oh, okay. It did it. Okay. Okay, so... Can't move. That's because everything is 0. Okay. Let me see if I can just take this out. So player... Yeah. Let me just... Why does... Oh my god. Okay. Let's see what happens when I do that. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. So failed to find. Okay. How do they do it? I guess we don't need that. Fingers crossed. Still no. Alright, I'm only gonna try this for a couple more minutes, and then I gotta go. So let's get rid of that and that. Failed to find game, hero, data tables, player attributes, initialization. I don't know why. It's right here. So I'm not gonna move, yeah. Like it's literally like right here. So they do text and then like this looks right. Huh. Just don't know why. Is it F class finder? Does that make a difference? Because I don't think that's gonna make a difference. No. Do I still have? No. Okay, let me just file this again. Deal with the error. Let me just copy reference. Can I get rid of like this one like this? Ah. Wow. Oh my god. Ah! This copy and pasting, man. Okay. Copy reference. Minimize. F. I don't know if it's a class or object. I'm gonna guess object. So don't need data table. What's wrong here? It's because it needs to be double quote. Okay. Do I need to take out this dot? Exit out. Let's see. If this doesn't work, then I'll have to stop for working for now. Okay, so it got it. Okay. But I still can't move. Why? Player attribute set. I guess because then I have to set that variable. Player attribute set equals hero attribute initialization dot object. Let's try that. Unless I got this directory all, I think I'm, maybe. Okay. Let's just see if we get this. Okay, so there. And we're moving. Okay. And if I set 300 to 1,000, I should move faster. Yes, we did it. Thank God. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this live stream. I'm gonna link to all the resources that I used during this stream, just so you guys can see it as well. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'll be uploading it here soon. Also, in the description, you'll find a link to our Discord channel. Definitely check it out. We're doing a lot of cool stuff there, working with the ability system, trying to figure things out for everybody. So definitely check that out as well. But until then, I'll see you into the next live stream. See ya.